Hi guys, my name is Ivan Jauke. I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, and I'm an engineer. I've written two books, Success is Psychological, which was produced or published in 2011. No, it was not produced in 2011. It actually came out in 2015. So I started writing the concept around 2011 when I was doing my matric, and Digital Sabbath, A Year Without Social Media, which is a book that was published in 2022. And that was just an experimental book. I wanted to test how does it feel to live in a space where you're not connected to the world via the web. So I deactivated my social media and all the applications that I had. I just had like a normal phone. I'll just make calls and I'll go to the bank to make transactions. And it was a very difficult year, but look at me, I survived. I wrote the book, and everything that happened throughout that year was very fantastic. It's kind of like the best year ever that I've ever had, and since that time. But anyway, um, I don't want to talk about the book today. I want to talk about what can you do in 2025 to make sure that you have got the best year ever in 2026. Now, obviously, December it's a month that people use it to celebrate, to go to vacations, to rest, to take leave from work and from business. Most companies now they're starting to close, and some of them they've already closed. Now it's like what, the 15th, 14th. Most companies in South Africa now they're going to the last working day, kind of like the 19th. So most people have already, went to vacations and, family trips and retreats and all of that. So the point here is that most people they use December to celebrate and to get married and to make vows and to, you know, finish houses and to, it's just a year to wind, just a month to wind down and festivity and everything that happens. But I thought like this is a very good opportunity for me to take this time, make up my thoughts and try to talk about some of the stuff that I do to be able to prepare every year. So I've been trying to invest and research personal development concepts, what makes people to succeed, what makes people to think the way they do. And obviously I've been investing like all my time and thinking about this, tools for the longest time. I think since as back has like 2018, as back has 2007, when I used to be obsessed so much with reading newspapers and quotations, and I went through like all of that, reading books and started reading articles, then doing all this research, like what really makes people to succeed. So today I want to talk about how to have the best year ever. And I just want to talk about two ideas which I think they can change your life because as they did with me, you know, I've listened to so many people, I've tried so many skills and tools, trying to prepare the year and how the year is supposed to be and all of that. But I got to realize that most people, they don't plan for the year. They actually accept whatsoever the year has for them. Like when the year starts, they just let it roll. They hope that February something will happen. Like, oh, maybe in March, maybe in December, maybe in September, maybe in June. So people just kind of like allow time to just pass through, hoping that something is going to happen. So let me start by saying that you need to prepare, you need to plan, you need to think, you need to reflect, you need to make time to block social media, to block everything, to be able to focus on your life. So this is very important because you kind of like bring yourself into a situation where you understand who you are, what do you want, where do you want to be, what are the places that you want to go, what books do you want to read, what courses do you want to take, what type of family do you want to have. So you need to have this time where you reflect on your values and what you want to build and what you want to do with your life. So as I said, I think most people they make two blunders, which I think I want to try to correct with this video, is that people try to use every January to be able to plan things. They use January to to have 30-day prayer sessions, to plan, what do we need to do this year, what do we plan to do, and all of that. But I think like with the problem with that is that you kind of like are planning everything with a clean slate on paper, but you have got things that you have to be reflecting upon. So you actually have to look back to be able to reflect on what has been happening in your life. One of the easiest things to do is just to go and print your bank statement and check how much money have you spent throughout the year. Where was this money going? But that's very important, because if you don't reflect, you will not know if you should improve something. So that's a very basic thing that you can able to do when the year is coming to an end like this, where you evaluate, where have I spent my money. I think Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent, once said that people have got so much audacity to want to make money and then now say that they don't have time to count it. So that's what you have to do, to prioritize your finances, to look at where have you spent the money. I mean, the reason why I'm using money is because money is easy to count, so that's what I'm trying to say. I can ask you, evaluate how many times have you prayed. I mean, that's very difficult to measure, but money is easy to count. So that is one space that you can start on. Number two is that you need to reflect on the goals that you had for the year. Did you achieve them? What happened? Why are they not achieved? Where have you fallen? Is there some improvements and learnings that you have taken from that moment? It's very important. Now, when it comes to planning for the next year, is that you need to value two things. Number one is that stop having so many goals. Most people, they've got so many goals. They want to go to Dubai, they want to lose weight, they want to get married, they want to have kids, they want to buy a new car, they want to look good, they want to do all of this thing. It's kind of like confuses your mind because you are not focused on one thing. One thing that people have been convincing each other, which is not possible, it's this thing called multitasking. The mind does not have the capacity to do that. The mind can only focus on one thing at a time. So the best solution that you can able to do for the mind is to understand how it works, and you work the mind according to the way it works so that you can be able to get maximum output. If I was to talk about electrical engineering concept, I would say so that you can able to get a maximum efficiency. So how does that happen? So which means that when the year starts, you need to have goals already. But here's how I want you to set those goals. I want you to write all the goals that you want. All the goals that you want for 2026. When the year starts, I want you to do this. Delete all the goals and only have one goal for the year. Because it's way better to have one goal that you have succeeded in the year than to have 10 goals that you were trying to succeed at. It's way better that way. You can look back and say, I plan to do this and I've done it, than to say, I plan to do this and this and this and this and this. That's kind of like done, that's almost finished, that's still not started. You don't want to be in that confusion anymore. And I've said this even when it comes to people that have got multiple skills or multiple talent or multi-talented. I say that being multi-talented is a curse because you don't know what to do. Are you a musician? Are you a writer? Are you a speaker? Are you a businessman? What are you? So being in a position where you focus on just one thing, no matter what that one thing is, if you focus on it, you're bound to succeed at it. It's just impossible not to succeed while you just focus on one thing. So that's number one. And then, so for the year, next year, write all the goals that you want right now. Use this December to prepare, to reflect, to plan, to think, to organize yourself for the year. Don't rush the year when the year is starting and now you want to write goals and you want to plan this and whatever. Here's the time. Plan, reflect, understand how some of this decision will impact you so that you can be able to act accordingly. Number two, don't set more goals until the goals that you have set has been achieved. Most people, when they look back, they will look at the goals of 2029, they will look back on the goals of 2019. They are not achieved. So why are you setting more goals? 2010 goals, still not achieved. But why are you setting more goals? Obviously, you can outgrow the goals. Definitely, you can outgrow the goals. But the point here is that you're always setting new goals for every year, but you're not achieving anything. And that's not good for you, because what happens is that you don't develop a reputation that you can plan things and they succeed. And that's what you need to be able to plan more goals or more things. So I will say it's better if you can just have one goal that you succeed than to have 10 goals that kind of like half. They are not completed and they are not started and they are almost done. It's just a mess. So in preparing for the next year, what I want you to do is that first take the stock. Where did you go? Where did your money go? Where did you work? Where have you applied? Who did you hang around with? Who are the 5 people that have made your life to be easier this year? Who are the 5 people that have made your life difficult? What are the activities that has made you so much happy? Reflect on your life. Have some time. Sit down, write, cut down social media. Have some me time where you're able to focus and just plan your life, so that even if like we cannot control our future, by sitting down and reflecting and planning and writing, you're kind of like trying to have leverage over the future. Most people, they don't plan their lives. They wait for someone to plan, they wait for someone to decide, then they can say, this is what I wanted, this is what I planned. But for you to be able to have a successful 2026, it's not going to happen by chance. It's going to take you plan. It's going to take you planning. It's going to take you your strength. It's going to take you everything that you have. So there's so many things that you cannot control, but you can control yourself. You can control your plans. You can control your energy. And this is what this message for this video is about. To say that stop looking for new tools. Stop hopping from one business to the other. Stop hopping from one career to the other. It's not going to help you. The problem is not out there. The problem is in here. So for 2026, let's reflect and recap. Number 1, have few goals that you're going to follow. You can just have one goal. Say, I want to go to the gym every day. That's it. For the next coming 6 months, I'm going to the gym. I don't have other goals. Reflect on the goals that you have already set for the previous years. What has happened to them? Did you fail to achieve them? Did your interests change? Don't just hop through things and think like it's okay. You need to understand yourself. You need to understand what you're doing. So that when you've got all of this, remember, you are an ancestor. You are a living ancestor. That's why if you go to a clinic, they're going to ask you, did any of you in your family ever had cancer? Do you see what's happening? They're trying to link you to a previous generation. So that also means that the decisions that you take are going to be linked to the generation that's going to come after you. So make sure that you take the best decisions with the tools that you have. They won't be the best, but you will try. And the people that are going to come after you, they will say, you know what? Our grandfather or grandmother tried to do this in his lifetime. You are a living ancestor. Make sure that you take advantage of that. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.